True to ourself, the breath of spiritual practice. I love the Ram Dass quote, "Think you're enlightened? Go stay with your family." We may be able to reach these high states within ourselves and by ourselves, but the real test of our work comes when we commune with others. It always felt like going and living in a cave in the mountains for your own enlightenment felt like kind of a cop-out. Perhaps there is a reality where an individual soul is best suited to go into themselves solely and not share what they find with the collective. Perhaps that experience is shared with the collective through the unconscious. However, it is my current belief that the most rapid way to excel, to grow, is through the challenge of remaining in our truth, in the presence of others, within our relationships, within our work, within our community. It's one thing to be at peace with yourself. It's another thing to stay in peace with yourself while in communion, in community. Now, I can't say if this is true, but I have heard even the Buddha, in the times that he was teaching his experience, his wisdom, he would go and leave for part of the day just to be by himself. Then he would come back, share, teach, rinse and repeat. So this is the breath of the spiritual practice. We inhale when we're going internal, learning, working within ourselves. We exhale when we come to express what we have learned and found with the others, the external world. We need both sides. If we are solely just practicing our internal, but we're not coming to teach and share those things that we've learned inside, we're stagnant. We will not grow fully. The ultimate dream is to bring, as the Bodhisattva states his goal, is to work until all have reached that state of enlightenment. So we do that by sharing the gifts and the gold that we find in ourselves and our own practice with our friends and our family. It's hard enough to find that core, that truth, that center of our being that wants to express and get to know it. But to stay with that and express our truth while with others is the next level of a challenge. But the prize, the reward is mind-bogglingly amazing. There's so much joy when we share our joy and our truth with others. When we live in that truth and we don't sacrifice the truth because we value our internal experience. How can we give over our power to others because we believe that their perception is more aware of what's good for us than ourselves? Certainly we must have humility that others can be more evolved and see things that we cannot. However, we also have to have that self-love to value our own feelings and our own wisdom and to stand with that in a time of conflict or challenge. So as always, this brings us back to that continual practice of being in tune with that space in our hearts, becoming intimate with it, learning to express from there and live from there. Because the seed of our fruit, the fruit of our seed is always true to the nature of that seed. And if we live from our love, from our heart, we will bear fruit that is true to what we love. If we're fearful of what we want to express and we stifle it out of fear, we will bear fruit and find ourselves in an environment that has materialized that fear. It takes courage, it takes practice, it takes perseverance, but the reward is literally heaven on earth. So let's find that place, that kingdom within, and live out loud from there. No matter what old patterns or people may conflict with those ideas. As long as we're living for love, for all, to bring harm to none, we can do whatever we feel is true and express it without hesitation or fear. Awesome. So we find the navigation system, we lock in, we express, and we come back, and we express, and we come back, and we express. The inhale and the exhale, the dance of spirit exploring itself. Awesome. Love you guys. See you again soon.